Oh, this is a bright light, and you know what, it's a little bit chilly. It's a little bit chilly in this room. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. That's a little bit too loud. Anyway, so hello. Long time no see. You don't normally see me unless I'm doing a wrap up. Seeing as I'm sort of on a bit of a hiatus at the moment, life. I've not really been reading an awful lot of what? Subtitles please. I have no idea what I just said. I've not been reading an awful lot this year so far. My favourite wrap up is coming soon. Don't expect much of it because I only read... No, I'm not going to tell you because it's a surprise. It's a surprise. But it is currently the 1st of March. My hair is... I don't really know what it is, to be perfectly honest. But I figured 1st of March, I'm gonna do something about it. So I picked up a dye. I've only got the one box, so I'm hoping, praying that it's gonna last. It's gonna cover my whole head. Either way, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Today I'm gonna dye from like the outer layer inwards. Normally I would start like, I would tie all my hair up and do like the inner layers and then like work up to the top. But I'm worried that by the time I get to like up here, I won't have much left, so I'll be a little bit panicky. So I think I'm gonna start up top and just work my way through because it won't take me an awful long. It won't take me too long to do it, so I think it's gonna be fine. And then I thought, like, why not just, rather than just sitting here myself listening to music, I'll just whip out my camera and I'll talk to you. Yeah? Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You can have a little chit chat, talk about life. You can just put this on in the background if you're feeling a bit lonely, if you want someone to talk to. You know, if you're wanting a little bit of company on this fine Monday morning, you know, it's the first time, it might not be Monday when you're watching this. You might never watch this. You might not even have made it this far. But if you want a bit of company, someone to talk to, let's just get into this. So first things first, I'm gonna put on my dyeing clothes. I have clothes that I wear when I dye my hair. So let's get into that. I've had this shirt for years. It was my mom's. And when I first was dyeing my hair, it was red. So that's why all these stains. So she gave me this red shirt to wear when I was dyeing my hair red, but now I don't dye my hair red anymore, so, but I still wear it because why not? I'm gonna just put a little bit of heat in here real quick because I am so cold. I can see my breath. Oh my gosh. The top of my head is shining. I can't even really see my roots. Like, I feel like they're blending in. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Instructions, we don't need those because we know what we're doing. We're professionals. Need that. That's part 3. Is this the shampoo? Well, they gave me shampoo. I don't really get shampoo. I normally just get conditioner. I'm moving up in the world. Where's the squeezy? Coloring cream. Yeah. And my gloves. I've done this so many times, but I always like to double check. I'll never forget one time I accidentally just automatically went to mix like the first bottle with the second bottle, and I put the conditioner in instead of the coloring cream. I know a lot of people hate box dye. I've watched like Brad Mondo and stuff like that, and people always condemn box dye. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's cheap. Do I need to pierce this? Oh yeah, okay. I'm a pro. I feel like it's so affordable. It's so easy. You're just mixing like 1 and 2 together, and that's it. Job done. Fired on your head. Job's good. So I like a box dye. Is that it? Did I pierce it? Oh, it's coming. But I definitely feel like box dye is like why the hell not? It's so, I paid $5.50 for this one bottle. This one box, I mean. This is so hard to do one-handed. Gotta squeeze it all in. You don't wanna be leaving any product behind. We need everything that we can get to cover my head. Oh my god, babe, your voice is like, wow. My reply, who's laughing now? Is that it? Nope, we're still going. Like, I was raised by my mother to get every last drop out of a... Look at that. Look, it's still going! To get, like, every last drop out of something. Whether it be, like, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner bottles, anything. Oh, it's getting on my hands. Look at that, it's still going. Okay, that's enough of you. Ooh, just give it a good little shake. Did I finish talking about what I was talking about? But yeah, I feel like there's nothing wrong with box dye, really. I mean, yeah, I get that maybe you don't quite know what you're putting on your head, but at the end of the day, it's all dye. We all die anyway. Might as well just dye our hair with box dye because why not? This is good. I'm gonna let it stew for a moment. So, got my gloves. Always wear protection. Then we are basically, we're good to go. We are good to go. Okay, so I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. I feel like it's all gonna work out just fine. I mean, maybe if I part it in the middle, you know, just use your hands. They're as good as a comb. You know, let's just dye it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Let's just slather it on. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? They're gonna shoot me? I doubt it. Have to catch me first. I'm like a whip it. What accent was that? That is not a good accent. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be fair. I've been dyeing my hair for years, since I was like 16, 17. And I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, which is what I'm doing with life. I maybe should have tied some of it off.
We're so free, lying, there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. If we're trying, yeah, we're breaking free.
I'm gonna be editing this back and just cringing so much at all the singing that I'm doing because sis, I always think I'm a good singer. When you're singing along but you've got like headphones in and you're singing along and you're only sort of hearing yourself, you're not really hearing yourself because you're really hearing the other singer, the actual singer of the song that you are singing. You maybe do like a karaoke version or you record yourself singing and then you listen to it and you're like, oh god, who is that? That is not me. I'm just chatting an unbelievable amount of shit. I look demented. I hope no hairdressers watch this because that would be so embarrassing. Do you know something? Like, I grew up watching like Disney movies and like the Disney Channel, like the good old days of the Disney Channel with like That's So Raven. I remember when Hannah Montana first started, I was like, I think I was pretty new, or I think that's about the time I started watching it, was like when Hannah Montana first aired. And I loved it. I loved That's So Raven. I loved Wizards of Waverly. I wanted to be a witch so badly. So why couldn't I have been born into a magical family? And I remember when like Camp Rock came out, I absolutely loved Camp Rock. Camp Rock was like one of my favorite movies. I loved Demi Lovato. I just loved the songs. I loved the Jonas Brothers. Like that was probably like one of my first crushes, would be like Joe Jonas. Loved him so much. I look ridiculous. Get this out of my face. Even though I was like a diehard fan of like the first movie, I didn't like the second. No, I didn't. I remember watching it and like I thought it was, I'm trying to remember actually. I remember watching it the first time and I loved the music. I was like, oh my god, yes, this is so good. But like looking back, like the OG Camp Rock movie is so much better than the sequel. Like I get, they obviously decided to do a sequel, and sequels don't always work. I mean, you can't always be High School Musical 2 or 3. I have little issues with High School Musical 3 to be fair, but anyway. And I just feel like the songs were amazing, the cast were good, you know, they brought back the same people, they introduced some new ones, that was fine, that was great. We had Camp Star, the rival camp, and all that, you know, who could ever forget that freaking walk that they did when they were all like, Camp Rock. I want to learn that dance, honestly. Like me on my way back to the pub when lockdown's over, it's me and the gals just Camp Rock. Love that. It's so cringy. But like the movie just didn't really, it didn't hit the same. It just wasn't as good. I think it was just sort of lacking a little bit in all the things that were good about the first one. Also, I felt like when you really think about it, like I was talking to my friend about this, about how like in the original movie, Mitchie couldn't afford to go to the, or Mitchie's parents couldn't afford to send her to the camp, right? Like to Camp Rock. And I get that all these like, all the kids that were there were kids of like rich people and rich parents and all that. Like look at Tess and everything. That's why Mitchie made up like her fake story about her mum being like a TV cook for whatever it was that she did. I can't even remember. But like when you really think about it and when you look at the place, it's like, why was Camp Rock so expensive? Like for real. It was a bunch of cabins in a wood. Then like Camp Star could be expensive because did you see it? All the little features they had and Like they're handing out free hot chocolate and they let them keep the mugs. Like that's rich. That's rich just when you go somewhere and they let you keep the shit, you know? So like what was it about Camp Rock that she couldn't afford? Like she had a nice house. Her mom had a company. Maybe they've been struggling though and money was a bit tight. That could have been the reason why. But like even still, the camp wasn't that great. It was just like your regular little cabins in the wood. The guy's nephews, I know they were famous, but like his nephews were the ones that were like leading the classes. Oh no, it wasn't even his nephews, it was just the one of them. It was just Joe Jonas. Why was this so much money? Like for real? I'm just bitter because I didn't get to go. I had the soundtrack. What the hell was... How did it go? I don't even remember. All I can think of is that one from the second movie.
We can't back down. We can't.
The soundtrack to the second one, can you hear my gloves? Absolutely bop. When they're wandering around the camp and they're like,
it's like she doesn't hear a word I say. Her mind is somewhere far away, and I don't know how to get there.
It's like he only wants us to chill out. He makes me wanna pull my hair out. Like he doesn't even care.
You,
Me, we're face to face and we don't matter.
absolute bop, man. Absolute bop. So speaking of movies, I recently rewatched Endgame. Like, I love Marvel movies so much. I've always been like a big superhero fan. My favorite movie of all time is probably The Dark Knight. It's just, I don't know why, but it just is. Obviously that's DC, I'm not stupid, but I've always loved the Marvel movies. I think the first one I ever watched was Thor, and I fell in love. And then after that I watched Avengers Assemble. There are some I still haven't seen. I still haven't seen either of the Ant-Man movies. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I haven't seen second Iron Man. I think I've seen the third one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen the third one. But anyway, so I rewatched Infinity War and then I rewatched Endgame because I think I'd only seen them like once. I'd only seen Endgame once since I saw it at the cinema. Obviously since then though I watched like a lot of like videos, like the honest trailers and the cinema sins and like the how it should have ended. And oh my gosh, does it sort of ruin it for you? Infinity War I love. I feel like there are issues when I think about like why did Doctor Strange not just like open up a portal? I think I hate movies when you give characters these powers and you use it once and it's all cool. Like I did watch Doctor Strange. I don't remember an awful lot about it or his powers, probably because I only watched it once. But like the kind of the mirror dimension mirror, listen, I'm Scottish, I can't say it. The mirror dimension and all the kind of just all the badass stuff he was doing. Like he totally could have done that in his fight with Thanos. Like opened a portal to chop off his hand and then they could have got the gauntlet. He could have opened a portal, go back to Earth. He was acting like they were relying on the spaceship. And I read a few conspiracies about how like he couldn't open portals while he was traveling on the spaceship, but then they landed on a planet, so he wasn't moving then. But Endgame for me, I don't know about you, but I am not a massive time travel fan, and I've just realized this after watching Endgame, and I think the reason is because there's so much room for error. My accent. Like, hear me out on this one, okay? I feel like with time travel, the only time I really like it is... What is all that noise I'm hearing? The only time I really like it is when it's done. Now, I'm not quite sure the proper terminology, but I think it's like a closed loop. So, for example, like... This is a bad reference to use, but it's the best I have. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, where like everything that happens because it already happened. But you know how it's like everything like stuff's already happened. So like when you rewatch the movie, you notice things that happened, and it happened because they already went back in time. So it's like a closed loop. So it's like everything that's happening is because it's already happened. There's no like branch off. Like the whole thing they did with Endgame, with the fact that like they're not changing their past because they're basically like making different branches. By going back in time, you're just creating an alternative timeline, which for the basis of the movie, yeah, I can see why they did that and whatever. But I just feel like that as a concept doesn't work because there is so much room for error. For example, like they were having to put all the stones back, and that's fine, but a lot of the stones were now in stone form. They weren't in the original form that they were in. So for example, like they took the Tesseract, it was a little cube. They had the scepter, which had like the stone in the middle of it. Now that's maybe fine, they maybe can put it back in. The ether was now a stone, and it was in Natalie Portman, and it was like dust. So how are you gonna crush? What? I don't understand that. I don't understand how they were able to then put everything back. And then somebody even pointed out that like when they did the snap, the Thanos that was there in present day was from the past, and they snapped him away. So now Thanos isn't in whatever year it was, like 2014 I think. He's not there anymore. Same with Gamora. Gamora is now existing in their present day timeline. She ain't back in the past. So all this fuss of saying like we have to take the stones back, we have to take like the hammer back, we have to take the shield back, we have to take all this stuff back, but yet you've got other things that don't make sense, like Gamora existing in your present time. Now maybe they're gonna fix this, maybe they're gonna come find her and take her away and send her back, and that could be a whole traumatic thing for the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know, I haven't seen the second movie, I don't know how things are with them. Also as well, like I didn't understand how Captain America got there as an old man, because did he continue to live in the past? Did he come back? Like, did he go to a separate point in time? How did he appear in their timeline? Did he have to use some sort of like time travel for himself to get to that timeline as an old man? Did he have to wait around and try and work out what day it was? I don't get that. Like, where did he live? Did he exist in a timeline where there was two Captain Americas and he just grew old with Peggy, which is cute. I love that for him. I feel like he got the ending he deserved, or the ending he wanted, so that's fine, that's nice, we're happy for them. I still don't understand the fact that like they couldn't then just take like Nat from a different timeline. They could have went back in time to before she got the before her and Clint got the soul stone, and they could have just plucked her away and brought her back. Time travel, it leaves too much room for error in my opinion. So unless you're doing it on like a closed loop where you're going back in time to go back to Infinity War, I think I would have liked it a lot better if it was that they then went back to a time before Thanos snapped and they were able to stop him. But like the whole thing of like bringing everybody forward, completely messed up. That was completely messed up. I hate that idea that they brought everybody back that was snapped away. But think of all the people that have died in those 5 years since. The people that died as a result of people disappearing. You've got like siblings that are older than each other now, and younger siblings are older than their once older siblings because they've existed and they're now 5 years older and they're grown, and I can't do it. But that's just my opinion. I did like though that like they went back in time in a way, because I feel like going back to like the old movies was so good, and it meant that we could have a Loki series, so you know, we love that. What next? I think we're kind of, there's still a lot of hair to go though. So speaking of Harry Potter, how are we all feeling about it still? Because, you know, people still have a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts and feelings about it, and you know, I'm still very much, I'm on the fence. I'm still on the fence because since everything that happened last year, I never bothered picking up the books again. I was in the middle of reading them. I've not even watched like a single movie. You know, they're on TV quite a lot, especially over Christmas and stuff, but I never watched them. I still haven't watched them since. And I just kind of feel like every time I see it pop up in something like TikTok or just any kind of video, or I see that it's on, there's a certain like taint to it. I feel that I automatically just like, and I feel like when it comes to the movies that you can enjoy the movies to your heart's content, because the movies are so much more than J.K. Rowling. Like, yeah, it's originally her baby, but so much work and effort went into that movie, into those movies, that wasn't directly just her. So I feel like you can't enjoy them without like supporting her and everything. And I don't think anybody should feel bad about still liking the world of Harry Potter. I know there's a lot of negativity surrounding it, and a lot of people want to be very vocal about their support or their love of it, but you know, I just feel like as long as you're not directly hurting anyone, well, if you want to keep enjoying the universe, then that's fine. That's your choice. Me personally though, I'm still a bit iffy about it. There's just something about it that is just forever tainted for me. I've just seen firsthand so many people that were upset and then upset at other people for continuing their support of Harry Potter, and I thought, you know what, it's true. Like, what does it matter about a fictional universe that at the end of the day means nothing to me? I can replace it with something else. I'll replace it with Marvel. I'll replace it with another fantasy book series. I think the issue is the movie Harry Potter was just so mainstream for a while that it's like one of the well-known fantasy series, because not everybody is as experimental, maybe doesn't read as much, not everything is adapted onto the big screen or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, they're just a bunch of kids' books. It's all fictional. The lives of real people matter so much more than Harry flipping Potter. I just hope that no one forgets. I think that's the main thing. If you want to keep liking and stuff, I just hope that you don't forget what she did. One thing I will say though about the Harry Potter fandom that I realized in recent months, after like the dawning of TikTok and everything, the Harry Potter fandom is actually scary. I said it, okay? Now hear me out. I recently got recommended on YouTube a compilation video, and it was like TikToks about, no, that's not what it was. It was music. I've been listening to a lot of like, I don't know if it's just with the dawning of like Bridgerton and everything that so many people have been enjoying listening to like more classical music. Those videos are such a new thing now where it's like you're in a library studying with the ghosts and stuff like that. Oh, I'm getting near the end. I love those kind of videos, especially when I'm reading or if I'm writing. I just find that they're so fun to listen to, and the music in them is always like so good. It's got like a kind of a calmingness to them, but you also think that you're like in a magical world or you're at a ball or something. I absolutely love them. I love the people who make them. They're so good. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of them, and you know, sometimes you see things pop up like about like Harry Potter or whatever, Draco Malfoy, because that's another reason why the Harry Potter fandom, their obsession with Draco Malfoy, oh my god. Now listen, I was a Draco Malfoy fan back in the day, you know, I loved me a bad boy, I had a crush on him, the works, the whole thing, you know. But I grew up and I grew out of it. And all the people that are like, oh, he's not evil, he's just misunderstood, he was treated badly, blah 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 blah. They want like an origin story for him. I'm like, what origin story? He was a kid that went to Hogwarts and he was a bully. Like, there's your origin story. And everyone is saying that he's like mistreated and abused. Like, yeah, his father was a dick. But did you see his mother? His mother would have died for him. His mother absolutely adored him. He was rich. He maybe didn't feel loved the same way that like the Weasleys got, but like there was no excuse for bullying. Like, he treated people like Neville and all that like hell. And you wanna like, I know that I had a crush on him because I was in a Bad Boys and everything, but that's on me. That was on me for being a little bit evil. He probably was pressured into becoming a Death Eater, and that's sad. He ain't real though. He ain't real. All the people going about his suffering. What suffering? He was rich. He was fine. He had a mother who loved him. But that aside, that's not the issue. The issue I had was I came across this video and it was like music, like a Regulus Black playlist. And I was like, Regulus Black? Regulus Black, as far as I can remember, was a name that popped up that stole the Horcrux that was in the cave that Harry and Dumbledore risked their lives to get. He took the Horcrux. He didn't even destroy it. Bear in mind, he didn't even destroy it, and somehow he didn't even manage to keep it because Umbridge ended up with it, as far as I'm aware, and then Harry and that spent half of the Deathly Hallows trying to destroy it. So he didn't even do much good. And the fandom is absolutely obsessed with this person, this character. I read a comment, somebody said, like, Regulus Black is my favourite character. And I was like, he's a name. He was a name that popped up in one book. And they said about how, like, his selfish act, like, yeah, maybe he was a bit selfless going after the Horcrux. But did he actually destroy it? No, he did not. Did he actually do anything about it? No, he did not. Damn, he wasn't even real. I'm pretty sure he was dead by the time Harry found out about it. Like, the hell? That's just, nah, the Harry Potter fandom, like, I'm coming for you because you're weird. You're weird. Idolizing characters that don't even really exist outside of a few pages saying, like, this is what they did. The hell? That ain't right. This is gonna just turn into a rant now. I'm all heated up. I'm fired up and ready to go. Fucking favorite character in my ass. getting off that subject. That's enough. You know one thing I hate? Everything. No, Laura, tell us what you hate. You've already told us you hate Harry Potter fans. You hate everything. You hate time travel. You hate fandoms do freak me out though. I'm just gonna say that. Like, actually, you know what? Fans in general freak me out. Like, I'm not talking like fan. I'm talking fans. If you want to be like a fan of somebody, like their work, support them. I feel like that is great. That, you know, support people, support artists, support actors, whatever. You can have favorite actors and everything. But I've never ever really. I mean, maybe now that I'm older. When I was younger, you know, everybody's a bit stupid when they're young. But I don't really like the concept of like celebrities and influencers and the way that we put them on a pedestal and treat them like they're gods. Like, yeah, I get it. Once people are on TV and stuff, they just kind of seem like untouchable. Like, if you pass them on the street, you'd be like, oh my god. I get that. And I get the, like, I mean, I'm shy. I'm shy as hell. So if I, like, ever saw a celebrity, I would never go up to them for a selfie because I am too shy to ask, you know? I'm shy around my friends sometimes. But that would be me. If I bumped into a celebrity, I wouldn't be up in their face asking for a picture because I'm shy. But I feel like the whole culture of like putting them on pedestals and being like, oh my god, I love you so much. And when people when celebrities do shitty things and people defend them, like, oh my god, she wouldn't do that. Like, you don't know her. Bitch, you don't know her. You don't know what she does in her spare time. She maybe kicks puppies. Like, the hell? I don't like people defending celebrities when you don't know them personally. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm going to do in a situation. It bothers me. It bothers me. Like, I would hate to be a celebrity, like, having people, like, wanting to know my business. I'd be like, no, get the hell out. I think if I was famous, I would want to try and keep my life as private as possible because I don't want people to know my shit. I saw this post today on Facebook from, like, a new mum. Or like a mum on Facebook. And like mums on Facebook, especially young mums, are the worst. Oh my god. So this girl I know posted a pic, like a meme, not a meme, but like an edit. I can't even remember what it said, but it's something along the lines of like you don't know how hard my week's been. I've had to watch countless hours of Peppa Pig. And I was like, girl, your child, your infant is 3 months old. Tell me why you're watching Peppa Pig. Like, for real. A 3-month-old, like newborns, they don't care what's on TV. You have years of Peppa Pig to come, right? Why are you watching it now? Why, when your child is a literal newborn infant, doesn't really know what's going on in the world, you've got yourself watching Peppa Pig? Is it so you can, like, talk about it on Facebook? Because, like, I don't understand why you put yourself through that. I remember my mom said to me, my mom was like, oh, but, you know, kids, babies, not, they love, like, the bright colors. And bright colors? God damn, you could be watching, like, daytime TV, like, this morning. Holly Willoughby's always wearing, like, bright dresses and stuff. Think about the game shows, all the bright lights they have and the settings. You talk about bright lights for and pretty colours. You get that on normal TV. It'll be fine. Have your kid watching some quiz shows. They might learn some things. It's just, I don't know. New mums on Facebook, young mums especially, they just all shitpost the exact same stuff. And it's like, listen, hon, I can't relate. I don't really want to relate. I mean, I would love kids someday. But, you know, you ain't gonna catch me posting shit all the time on Facebook. Like, no, that's never been me. That will never be me. I hope it will never be me. And I just can't deal. But, like, honey, you chose to have kids. I have a lot of people on, like, Snapchat and stuff that are, like, had kids now. And, like, they have no shame. They have no shame at all. They will post their child naked in the bath, like, on their stories and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to see that. I do not want to see your child in nude. Like, you're making me feel like a pedophile. Like, what, why would you do that, honestly? Like, my cousin sends me videos all the time of her kid running around, like, naked, and I'm like, why? I don't want to see that, like, for real. It's weird. I would never take any photos of my child without any clothes on. You just don't know what kind of weirdos are out there. What the hell? right. It ain't right. It's just, you have a lot of thoughts and feelings on that. I know that being a mum is probably like one of the hardest jobs in the world, and I can't talk about it because I ain't one, so I ain't judging. I ain't judging nobody, you know. Mums, you're doing a great job. Mums with 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4, you're all doing amazing. But you do my absolute head in on Facebook, like Jesus Christ, with all your long shitty mum posts that you're always sharing, and it's like, oh my god, we get it. Being a mum is hard. It's hard, but you made that choice. You made that choice. I'm just saying. If you don't want to watch Peppa Pig, then don't watch it. Like, especially when your infant is only 3 months old, because she ain't gonna talk back. She ain't gonna cry about it. She ain't gonna even notice. Who wants to see a huge pig on the telly anyway? Oh my god. I hope you've enjoyed this chat. It got a little bit heated at the end there. Okay, I'm gonna take these off now. Oh, they're sticking to my fingers.
Slipping through my fingers all the time. I try every minute. I feel.
Oh shit, I forgot to tie my hair up first. Shit. Gonna do my hands. Oh! Oh, that feels weird. Oh! It feels disgusting. It feels so squidgy. It feels so squidgy.
Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me because I need a little controversy. I love my sister more than anything in this life. I will choose her happiness over mine every time. Eliza is the best thing in our lives.
Okay, so my dumbass forgot to film an outro for this video. My hair is currently like basically the exact same color. It's all even now. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was all in my head before, but I kept seeing like different shades and bits that were fading underneath, and my roots were starting to grow in, and although they basically sort of matched my hair, I could still see them. They were bothering me, which is why I wanted to dye my hair. And every time I dye my hair, I never do a root touch up. I always just use the dye on the whole of my head. It's what I've always done, just to make sure that everything's the same color. So it's all good. On camera it looks exactly the same, but I feel like in real life it's not too bad, and it's all even. The roots are all the same color. Is this blonde? This is kind of brown. I don't know, but anyway, it's all the same color. That's what matters. So thank you so much for watching this. Oh, however long this is gonna be, there's a lot of footage for me to go through. I'm telling you, I dyed my hair for 50 minutes. Thank you for joining me on this little chit chat video. If you made it to the end, well done. Well done you. So I shall see you in my next video, whatever that may be. That was cringe. That was cringe.